everybody, welcome back to Culinary Undertaking. Thanks for watching. Today I'm going to show you how to make some smoked cheese. And I've just got some regular store-bought cheese from the grocery store. I've got a 2-pound block of pepper jack cheese. I've got 2 half-pound blocks of extra sharp cheddar cheese. And we're going to put these on the smoker. Now this is one of those recipes that you can't really substitute your oven because it's just not the same. You can put this in the oven and make yourself some nice melted cheese, which would work if you want to put some little add-ins in there. You could do that just fine. But even if you don't have a smoker like I do, if you have a gas grill, you can also use that. And they're really inexpensive. You can get a little metal box that's designed that you can put wood chips in and put it on your gas grill. And then when those wood chips get hot, they start to smoke and you can kind of make your gas grill a smoker. That would work for this too. And it doesn't get hot. These are going to go in. I actually have a cold smoker section on my smoker. We're going to put them in there. However, today it's 110 outside. I was just out there getting everything ready and it is hot. So this cheese is going to melt no matter what. And I find most of the year it's going to be that way. And before I even turn the smoker on, my cold smoking section of my smoker has its own little thermometer on the end. And it said it was 125 in there just sitting in the shade in the yard. And now that I have it running, I didn't check it again, but I'm sure it's going to go up. So I know this cheese is going to melt, but it's no big deal. So to get around having a mess, I've got a loaf pan. So I'm going to put my big 2-pound block of pepper jack. I'm just going to drop that right in there like that. There you go. Now when it melts, let it melt away. It's just going to take the shape of the container. We'll put it in the refrigerator. It'll solidify back up into cheese. We'll go around there with the knife, pop it out. It's going to be great. Now also what I like to do, because I know so many people that also like to have smoked cheese, I buy these little disposable loaf pans with the little lid. And what I'll do is I'm going to put the cheddar in there and then I'll give this to somebody. So once this is all done, it'll take the shape of the pan. I'll put the lid on it and give it away. They make great little gifts. Okay, so we've got our 2 cheeses. I've got the pepper jack in the container. This is a glass pan, but any loaf pan would work. And I've got my temporary one that I'm going to use as a gift. Now this one I'm just going to make plain cheese, just so you guys can see how it works. I'm not going to put anything in it. I'm not going to do anything to it other than put it on the smoker, let it get all smoky and melty, and then I'll show you what that looks like. The pepper jack cheese, I'm keeping that for me. And you can use any cheese you want. I just happen to have these, but you could smoke just about anything you wanted. So the pepper jack for me, it's good, but it's not hot, you know, just as you get it. So I've got some cut up serrano chilies. I'm going to put those in here. Now I'm just going to spread them along the top. And then as this cheese is in the smoker and as it melts, I'll go out and check on it partway through the cooking or the smoking part. And then this will just melt down into the cheese. I'll probably take a spoon up there. I'll probably stir it up just to make sure everything's distributed. But now my pepper jack cheese is going to have extra peppers in it and be a little hotter than just the way it comes from the store. Now there's all kinds of add-ins you can put in this cheese. So that's the benefit of smoking cheese at home is, one, buying smoked cheese anywhere in the store is really expensive. So this way you can take the cheap grocery store stuff, smoke it yourself, and have smoked cheese. And you can do any variety, any kind of cheese that you want. The other benefit is that you can customize this any way you want. So oftentimes what I'll do, like with the cheddar, I'll put some peppers in there. I'll cut up some jalapenos or whatever peppers I happen to have. Sun-dried tomatoes is really good in there. If you had some leftover like pulled pork or some brisket, you can shred that up into small pieces, maybe even cut it up a little bit, put it in your favorite cheese and let it blend in with the cheese. That would be really good. You could put olives in there. You could put, you know, whatever you want, whatever you like. The only thing so far I've found that doesn't work well that I thought was going to be a good idea is I had some sharp cheddar one day and I put some whiskey in there and I thought, ooh, that'd be good to have some smoked cheese with a little whiskey in there. But the whiskey, even though I stirred it up when it was done and I put it in the refrigerator and the cheese solidified back and, you know, set up again, when I took it out, the alcohol had just sat around the edge of it, and when I pulled the cheese out, all the alcohol I poured in there was still just liquid inside the mold, and I ended up pouring it out. So it doesn't go into the cheese at all. So it sounded good, but it didn't work. But other than that, any kind of other things, I mean, shoot, even dice up a hot dog and throw in here if you wanted to make some hot dog cheese or something like that. So about anything you can think of that you want to cut up and put into some cheese, customize it, make it your own, whether it's for a party or just a snack on, whatever you're doing. And then once this is done, you can either just slice it and eat it as it is, put it on crackers, or sometimes, like if I'm doing just a plain cheddar, I'll go ahead and shred some of that. And that smoked cheddar goes great on chili. It goes good on some other kind of soup. You can put it on a salad. So anything else that you would normally put shredded cheese on, now you can have smoked cheese to put on there, and it's really good that way too. All right, so here we are. Here's my smoker. This is my cold smoker section here, this little door. And I just checked the thermometer on the side. It's about 175 or 180 inside there. Way too hot to smoke cheese, but the way we're doing it, it doesn't matter. And we're just gonna slide them in there. That's it. Shut the lid, forget about them for a while. I'll check on them part way through, then we'll cool them down and give them a taste test. I'll see you here in a little bit. I'll bring you back and show you part way through there. Alright, here we are. It's been about an hour and a half with our cheese. You can see it's starting to melt and come together. Those two blocks are pretty much melting together nicely there. This one's all melted down in there. I'll give it a few more minutes. I'll come out and stir it up, the ones that I put the peppers on, so they mix up, and I'll probably stir the other one just to make sure the two blocks stay mixed up and don't come separate again. But that's where we're at, about an hour and a half through. I'll stir these up and probably give them another hour or so, and then I'll pop them out of here. Alright, it's been about 3 hours now. I've taken the cheese off, and it's still super hot. But as you can see, it's all melted. Now there's a little bit of oil that you can see right there along the top. Just kind of spread it back around, it'll be okay. But the cheese is still soft, like it's moving all over in there. So, but you can see the peppers, I stirred it up. They're all dispersed down in through the cheese now. The plain one, all I did was just sort of stir it so that it was all together. And now all I'm gonna do is put it in the refrigerator. I'll leave it in there for until it firms up, a couple hours probably. And then once it's, you know, nice and firm like it was originally, like cheese again, we'll take it out. I'll cut it out of here, show you what it looks like. So the wait is almost over. We'll have our smoked cheese. We'll see you in a bit. All right, it's been a few hours now, and here's our cheese out of the refrigerator. So there's the one I'm gonna give away, nice and solid. All you have to do when I give this to somebody is take a knife, just go around the edge, loosen it up, and pop it out of there. I'm not gonna do that to this one because this foil's not super thick. I'm sure you guys have all used these in some size or another before, but I don't want to accidentally poke a hole through the thing with my knife. So I'll give that to somebody. And I'll usually make several of these around like Christmas and give them away to people. Put a little ribbon around it or a bow on top, give it to somebody for Christmas, and people love them. They're really good. So there's one. Now this one, there's our pepper cheese that I added more peppers to. And now that I'm looking at it, it probably wasn't the best choice because it sort of looks like vomit in there. But it smells really good, and I know it's going to taste good. So there's what it looks like. Just regular pepper jack cheese. Take our trusty knife. There we go. So, once you take it out of that container, put it on a plate or a tray or wherever you're gonna keep your cheese. On here I've got a little cutting block. Now some of this stuff around the edge you can just kind of smooth that back out so it doesn't look quite so flaky there. But, and it probably would have been fine if I left it in the refrigerator a little bit longer. It's definitely set up though. So let's give it a shot. So it cuts like cheese. Get it? So there's the inside. You can see the extra peppers I added in there. Ooh, you get the smoke right away. That's good cheese. Anyway, when you buy a smoked cheese that's pre-packaged, it has like a real dark smoke ring on it. Where this cheese didn't get that, you know, there's the top. So it's a little darker than the side where it was on the top. So it doesn't quite look like store-bought, but how many things that you make that are homemade look like store-bought? So people will know you made it yourself. And they're really not going to care because it tastes so good. So whether you make it for yourself, make it for a gift, no matter what kind of cheese you use or what kind of toppings, other than alcohol, I found out that doesn't work, remember. But let me know what you do. Let me know what you put in there and what you think of it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.